All right. This is going to be a little bit different than in the past, but and this is super, super not yet done, but just trying to show that we've got something of a working prototype here. So here's the deal. So if you navigate to github.com/Sipin slash I'm going back to rostermaker23. Right now I'm just working on a version for 23 just because I have all the files and I just need to stand up the basics. If you head over to this site, then you can go to code and download zip. Once it's downloaded, you'll hear my doggy squeak in the toy in the background. Once it's downloaded, you'll want to get into the zip file. You may need WinRAR if you don't have one. And then unzip this, or you can just copy paste it. Generally speaking, not best practice to put things on your desktop, but I'm deleting this in just a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on my desktop. So now you have this rostermaker23 main folder in here. And if you want to run the tool as it is, and again, this is super prototypey, we're just getting started. This thing is not done, not even close, and it will actually all be hosted online again in the future. But if you want to run the little prototype version, then you could just go to index.html right here and run it in the browser like this. There's several changes from in the past, so I've stored the default files, many of the default files inside the actual kind of code pack or the folder, the code itself. So you don't have to go in and individually upload each file like you used to, because that was annoying the crap out of me. If you want to, though, you just uncheck one of these, and then you can add your player.txt file, or your player names file, or your DC player names file if you want to. Otherwise, it'll just use the default. For a lot of people, I'm finding that they're not trying to get everything seamless with their existing files. They really just want some of the features of getting the attributes populated or the appearances populated, and then they'll deal with the stuff on the back end. So if that's you, then this is one way to do that. Okay, and then we're using the same template file from before. It has not changed at all. I shipped two test templates in text format in here. The 0 dot has 2 players in it, the 1 dot has 1 player in it, and then if you look in here, the actual Excel template is also available. Obviously you can't upload the Excel template, but if you want to test this as it is, 0.testtemplate.txt, you can load that in. One thing that's new and not finished, but one thing that's new this time is I'm going to try to have a bit of a logger here, where it's telling you what it's doing stage by stage by stage. So rather than having to go into the console and give me details in the console for what's happening, instead of that, hopefully when I'm done with this, we will have a world where it'll be clear where it failed, because it will tell you what happened. Like the last thing that it stopped on is going to be logged down here, so we'll know right where the error is. Console's still useful. This button here called Check Requirements just makes sure that we're actually ready to begin making players. It's really rudimentary right now, so it will miss all sorts of things. That's okay. And then finally, if you go to Make Players, then it will make and download the players. Next up, if we go to our Downloads folder and open this in Excel, oh, that didn't really work. Alright, go to Excel first and open it within Excel. The version that I'm doing right now is just producing the lines for the players in question. Again, I don't think people were using the functions the features last time, where it was trying to fully integrate with your existing players table. So for now, I'm just pushing out the only the lines that you asked for. If anybody has a preference on that, please let me know. But if you go into player IDs, you'll see that it is automatically applying player IDs. Well, let me say this. As a reminder, if you put in 0 for player ID on the template, then it will assign a player ID, or at least it'll try to. If you put in any other number, it will assign that number even if there's a conflict. So you have to manage your player IDs really carefully, or just put 0 and it'll manage them. Everything else about this template should be the same as in the past, and that's it. Yeah, so then you could copy and paste this into your players.txt table and import it in RDBM, and it will work just fine, or it should anyway. If you find any problems, let me know. But this is the current workflow for the prototype version.